In 1966, in the small town of Gary, Indiana, a 9-year-old boy named Michael watches other kids play through his window because his own childhood is about to be taken from him. His father, Joseph, calls him in to rehearse with his brothers, scolding him every time he slips. To Joseph, there's only one rule in life. You're either a winner or a loser, and a poor black family from Gary won't be handed anything. They have to fight for every single inch. The boys form a band, the Jackson 5, with little Michael out front. From their very first show, he owns the stage, singing and dancing while the whole club moves with him. But the moment they get home, Joseph wants them straight back to rehearsal. When he asks if they think they performed well, only Michael dares to say yes. And for contradicting his father in his own house, Joseph takes off his belt and beats him. Michael runs to the kitchen in tears, and his mother, Catherine, holds him. It's a pattern that will define his entire life. Brilliance followed by punishment. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe before watching ahead. The Jackson 5 climb fast, moving from tiny clubs to bigger and bigger stages. At one show, a Motown talent scout named Suzanne spots Michael and slips Joseph her card. She works for Berry Gordy's Motown Records. Soon the family is auditioning in the studio, and Gordy is mesmerized by Michael's voice. He pulls the boy aside, tells him he's seen a lot of talent in his life, but that Michael is something truly rare, and takes him under his wing. The label even shaves 2 years off Michael's age, billing him as 8 instead of 10 to make him an even bigger sensation. Their debut record explodes. The press swarms, and the song rockets straight to number 1. 2 years later, the family is living in a California mansion. Joseph hands Michael a new bodyguard, Bill, who quickly becomes one of the only people Michael can actually talk to. Michael is a strange, lonely kind of famous. He collects exotic animals, a llama, a chimpanzee he rescued from a lab, a giraffe, a python, because, as he tells his mother, only his animals treat him like a normal person. She tells him he was born different, and that he must never let anyone take his light away from him. 7 years pass, and a grown Michael wants something his father would never allow: a solo album. So he has the label pretend the idea came from them, not from him. Joseph reluctantly agrees, but only on his terms. He gets Michael from 9 to 5, and the label can have whatever's left. Michael pours himself into the work as his fame keeps climbing. But the cracks in his self-image are showing too. He becomes fixated on his appearance, convinced his face isn't symmetrical, and begins getting surgeries, brushing off his worried father by claiming it's just his sinuses. He wants the world to finally see him as more than a kid from a boy band. The real war with his father erupts when Joseph announces a band reunion tour, steamrolling Michael's solo plans and openly taunting him, asking if he now thinks he's better than the rest of them. Michael storms out and has Bill drive him into the hills to clear his head. He admits the truth out loud. He loves his family, but Joseph treats him like a money machine and will never change. Bill's advice is simple: get your own team and a good lawyer. If you're enjoying this recap, leave a like.
Michael does exactly that. At a meeting of managers, one man stands out by saying the static move is for Michael to go fully solo. John Branca, who represents legends like Bob Dylan. Branca tells him that in his opinion, there has never been anyone like Michael, and never will be. Michael hires him on the spot, and gives him a first assignment: fire his father as his manager immediately. Days later, Joseph receives a single-sentence telegram dismissing him. He's stunned and humiliated that his son didn't do it to his face. But Catherine tells him the hard truth. He should be thanking Michael, because everything they have came from him. Now free, Michael chases a vision bigger than anyone around him can even imagine. He wants to make short films, not just music videos. Watching news footage of violence against Black Americans lights a fire in him, and he heads into the underground hip-hop scene to recruit dancers, telling them that music and dance are a universal language that can change the world. Out of all of it comes the work that makes him immortal. He performs Billie Jean, debuts the moonwalk, and turns a horror movie obsession into the groundbreaking short film Thriller. But there's one wall left. MTV won't play black artists. When the network refuses to air his video, Michael's record boss makes a brutal threat. Play it within 10 minutes, or he pulls every artist on his label, Springsteen and Dylan included. The video airs. By 1983, Thriller has sold 25 million copies. Crowds are losing their minds, and Michael is, without question, the biggest star on the entire planet. His father, of course, isn't finished. Joseph teams up with promoter Don King to engineer one last family reunion, the Victory Tour, complete with a massive Pepsi sponsorship that would make Michael the face of the brand. Michael resists, insisting he's not a child and needs his own life, but Joseph guilt trips him into it anyway. Then, disaster strikes. While filming the Pepsi commercial, pyrotechnics set Michael's hair on fire. He suffers severe burns and nearly dies. As he recovers in the burn ward, even his father's first question to the doctor is whether Michael will be able to perform again, while his mother looks on in horror. Lying in that hospital bed, surrounded by other burn victims, something in Michael shifts. He spends time comforting the other patients and quietly donates his tour earnings to the burn unit. He tells Bill that he came close to death and was given a second chance, and he intends to use it to spread joy. So he agrees to the Victory Tour, but on his own terms and for his family's sake, not for Joseph's. In 1984, he takes the stage with his brothers in front of a packed stadium, and near the very end of the show, he thanks them for everything, then quietly announces that this will be his last tour with them, catching Joseph completely off guard. Catherine just smiles. The boy who was once beaten for speaking his mind has finally walked away on his own terms. By 1988, Michael steps out alone for his solo world tour, pouring everything he has into the performance. No longer the frightened child, but a force the world has never seen before. And his story is far from over. If this recap kept you watching, hit subscribe and share with your friends.